This is Rod Kusanen for Risk and the RSK Tick Strategy Emini trading system for Thursday, August the 13th. All time zones are Central Standard Time. We are going to take just a minute today to point out one of the features of our tick indicator. It serves various different functions, one of which is the tracking of gaps. We can track gaps on any data feed with this indicator, but in particular is the gaps that exist on the intraday ES. Intraday ES. We have a 25 tick bar chart here, and what is especially interesting here is where these gaps today could be found. A high gap will be illustrated by the existence of a red horizontal line from the moment the gap begins to where it ends. A low gap is placed in green. This morning, prior to the opening bell, at about 7:30, gaps were found at 10:14.5, at 10:12.75, as well as 12:50. Today's market sold off in the morning and then ultimately rallied. And that gap, we're now going to take you quickly through the day and show you late in the afternoon, during the rally, which by the way was predictable. Here we come up to just before the close. The gap at 10:12.50 was filled. The gap at 10:12.75 was filled just a couple of minutes later. And ultimately the gap at 1014.50 has yet to be filled. But there's another very significant gap that occurred at 9:21. At 9:21, a low gap was formed. It formed at a price, as you can see here, of 1,250. 1,250. Now, oddly enough, the market sold off after a new high on the premium hit at 12:05. We'll show you that in a moment. But that gap was retained through the course of the entire rally. But then after the market sold off in the afternoon, notice it came down precisely to 1,250, the low of the afternoon, stopped, turned, and rallied up to the high of the day. Was that a random walk? We don't think so. Gaps are always filled, and often when they are accompanied by significant changes in market direction. This particular instance was outstanding. The market rallied up thereafter, and then ultimately filled these other gaps that we just made mention to, way up here at 1,010, 12, and the remaining gap still up there at 10,014.50. Now gaps still exist at 10,010.75, 1,775, 1,006.50. Those gaps will be filled as well. Let's take a look at just a couple of other interesting gaps that were filled during the day. Prior to that significant gap that occurred at 9:21, notice that there was a gap here at about 9:08 this morning. The market moved up from there, but floundered and didn't really return the rally until it came back down, filled the gap here, and then notice what happened. The market then began to rally. As we say, it's not a random walk. Then a gap at 13:36 this afternoon. During the rally, market moved up, lost strength up here, came back down, filled the gap, dropped a little bit more, and then the rally resumed. Our point: gaps are always filled. By having a method by which you know where the gaps exist, it can give you an amazing edge on your trading profitability. And the RSK tick indicator is fully capable of finding all gaps in your data. And we have a lot of capability to our indicator. There's a lot of things that we can do with it. But one of the most outstanding things that it does, and it does it automatically, is find your gaps. Knowing where they are can make a big difference, and we make sure that you do. So that was our video for today, just showing you the strength of knowing where the gaps are. Can make a huge difference in whether you pull profitable trades or not. This is Rod Kusin and Risk. Is the name of our company, RSKsys International. You find us on the web at RSKsys.com. Contact us, arrange for a demo. We'd be happy to demonstrate the variety of different things our software can do for you. So please comment on this video, subscribe to our videos. We try to put out a meaningful one, at least one or more every day, and we look forward to hearing from you. So once again, Rod Kusin and Spoon Man for Risk.